Genesis chapter 3, verse 1, Nrsv. Now the serpent was more crafty than any other wild animal that the Lord God had made. He said to the woman, "Did God say, 'You shall not eat from any tree in the garden'?" NIV. Now the serpent was more crafty than any of the wild animals the Lord God had made. He said to the woman, "Did God really say, 'You must not eat from any tree in the garden'?" KJV. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which the Lord God had made. And he said unto the woman, "Ye hath God said, Ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden?" The message. The serpent was clever, more clever than any wild animal God had made. He spoke to the woman, "Do I understand that God told you not to eat from any tree in the garden?" ESV. Now the serpent was more crafty than any other beast of the field that the Lord God had made. He said to the woman, "Did God actually say, 'You shall not eat of any tree in the garden'?" Verse 2, Nrsv. The woman said to the serpent, "We may eat of the fruit of the trees in the garden." NIV. The woman said to the serpent, "We may eat fruit from the trees in the garden." KJV. And the woman said unto the serpent, "We may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden." The Message Bible. The woman said to the serpent, "Not at all. We can eat from the trees in the garden." ESV. And the woman said to the serpent, "We may eat of the fruit of the trees in the garden." Verse 3, Nrsv. But God said, "You shall not eat of the fruit of the tree that is in the middle of the garden, nor shall you touch it, or you shall die." NIV. But God did say, "You must not eat fruit from the tree that is in the middle of the garden, and you must not touch it, or you will die." KJV. But of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, God hath said, "Ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die." The Message. It's only about the tree in the middle of the garden that God said, "Don't eat from it, don't even touch it, or you will die." ESV. But God said, "You shall not eat of the fruit of the tree that is in the midst of the garden, neither shall you touch it, lest you die." Verse 4, Nrsv. But the serpent said to the woman, "You will not die." NIV. "You will not certainly die," the serpent said to the woman. KJV. And the serpent said unto the woman, "Ye shall not surely die." The Message. The serpent told the woman, "You won't die." ESV. But the serpent said to the woman, "You will not surely die." Verse 5, Nrsv. For God knows that when you eat of it, your eyes will be opened, and you will be like God, knowing good and evil. NIV. For God knows that when you eat from it, your eyes will be opened, and you will be like God, knowing good and evil. KJV. For God doth know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be opened, and ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. The Message. God knows that the moment you eat from that tree, you will see what's really going on. You will be just like God, knowing everything, ranging all the way from good to evil. ESV. For God knows that when you eat of it, your eyes will be opened, and you will be like God, knowing good and evil. Verse 6, Nrsv. So when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was a delight to the eyes, and that the tree was to be desired to make one wise, she took of its fruit and ate, and she also gave some to her husband who was with her, and he ate. Nrv. When the woman saw that the fruit of the tree was good for food, and pleasing to the eye, and also desirable for gaining wisdom, she took some and ate it. She also gave some to her husband who was with her, and he ate it. KJV. And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasant to the eyes, and a tree to be desired to make one wise, she took of the fruit thereof, and did eat, and gave also unto her husband with her, and he did eat. The message. When the woman saw that the tree looked like good eating and realized what she would get out of it, she would know everything. She took and ate the fruit, and then gave some to her husband, and he ate. ESV. So when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was a delight to the eyes, and that the tree was to be desired, NIV. He answered, I heard you in the garden, and I was afraid because I was naked, so I hid. KJV. And he said, I heard thy voice in the garden, and I was afraid because I was naked, and I hid myself. The message. He said, I heard you in the garden, and I was afraid because I was naked, and I hid. ESV. And he said, I heard the sound of you in the garden, and I was afraid because I was naked and I hid myself. Verse 11 Nrsv. He said, who told you that you were naked? Have you eaten from the tree of which I commanded you not to eat? Nrv. And he said, who told you that you were naked? Have you eaten from the tree that I commanded you not to eat from? KJV. And he said, who told thee that thou wast naked? Hast thou eaten of the tree whereof I commanded thee that thou shalt not eat? The Message. God said, who told you you were naked? Did you eat from the tree I told you not to eat from? ESV. He said, who told you that you were naked? Have you eaten of the tree of which I commanded you not to eat? Verse 12 Nrsv. The man said, the woman whom you gave to be with me, she gave me fruits from the tree, and I ate. NIV. The man said, the woman you put here with me, she gave me some fruit from the tree, and I ate. KJV. And the man said, the woman whom thou gavest to be with me, she gave me of the tree, and I did eat. The Message. The man said, the woman you gave me as a companion, she gave me fruit from the tree, and yes, I ate it. ESV. The man said, the woman whom you gave to be with me, she gave me fruit of the tree, and I ate. Verse 13 Nrsv. Then the Lord God said to the woman, what is this that you have done? The woman said, the serpent tricked me, and I ate. NIV. Then the Lord God said to the woman, what is this you have done? The woman said, the serpent deceived me, and I ate. KJV. And the Lord God said unto the woman, what is this that thou hast done? And the woman said, the serpent beguiled me, and I did eat. The Message. God said to the woman, what is this that you have done? The serpent seduced me, she said, and I ate. ESV. Then the Lord God said to the woman, what is this that you have done? The woman said, the serpent deceived me, and I ate. Verse 14 Nrsv. The Lord God said to the serpent, because you have done this, cursed are you among all animals and among all wild creatures. Upon your belly you shall go, and dust you shall eat all the days of your life. NIV. So the Lord God said to the serpent, because you have done this, cursed are you above all livestock and all wild animals. You will crawl on your belly, and you will eat dust all the days of your life. KJV. And the Lord God said unto the serpent, because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle, and above every beast of the field. Upon thy belly shalt thou go, and dust shalt thou eat all the days of thy life. The Message. God told the serpent, because you have done this, you are cursed, cursed beyond all cattle and wild animals, cursed to slink on your belly and eat dirt all your life. ESV. The Lord God said to the serpent, because you have done this, cursed are you above all livestock and above all beasts of the field. On your belly you shall go, and dust you shall eat all the days of your life. Verse 15 Nrsv. I will put enmity between you and the woman, and between your offspring and hers. He will strike your head, and you will strike his heel. NIV. And I will put enmity between you and the woman, and between your offspring and hers. He will crush your head, and you will strike his heel. KJV. And I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. It shall bruise the head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. The Message. I am declaring war between you and the woman, between your offspring and hers. He will wound your head, and you will wound his heel. ESV. I'll put enmity between you and the woman, and between your offspring and her offspring. He shall bruise your head, and you shall bruise his heel. Verse 16. Nrsv. To the woman he said, I will greatly increase your pangs in childbearing. In pain you shall bring forth children, yet your desire shall be for your husband, and he shall rule over you. NIV. To the woman he said, I will make your pains in childbearing very severe. With painful labor you will give birth to children. Your desire will be for your husband, and he will rule over you. KJV. Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee. The message. He told the woman, I'll multiply your pains in childbirth. You will give birth to your babies in pain. You will want to please your husband, but he'll lord it over you. ESV. To the woman he said, I will surely multiply your pain in childbearing. In pain you shall bring forth children. Your desire shall be contrary to your husband, but he shall rule. Verse 17. Nrsv. And to the man he said, Because you have listened to the voice of your wife, and have eaten of the tree about which I commanded you, you shall not eat of it. Cursed is the ground because of you. In toil you shall eat of it all the days of your life. NIV. To Adam he said, Because you listened to your wife and ate fruit from the tree about which I commanded you, you must not eat from it. Cursed is the ground because of you. Through painful toil you will eat food from it all the days of your life. KJV. And unto Adam he said, Because thou hast hearkened unto the voice of thy wife, and hast eaten of the tree of which I commanded thee, saying, Thou shalt not eat of it. Cursed is the ground of thy sake. In sorrow shalt thou eat of it all the days of thy life. The message. He told the man, Because you have listened to your wife, and ate from the tree that I commanded you not to eat from, don't eat from this tree. The very ground is cursed because of you. Getting food from the ground will be as painful as having babies is for your wife. You will be working in pain all your life long. ESV. And to Adam he said, Because you have listened to the voice of your wife, and have eaten of the tree of which I commanded you, you shall not eat of it. Cursed is the ground because of you. In pain you shall eat of it all the days of your life. Verse 18. Nrsv. Thorns and thistles it shall bring forth for you, and you shall eat the plants of the field. NIV. It will produce thorns and thistles for you, and you will eat the plants of the field. KJV. Thorns also and thistles shall it bring forth to thee, and thou shalt eat the herb of the field. The message. The ground will sprout thorns and weeds. You will get your food the hard way, planting and tilling and harvesting. ESV. Thorns and thistles it shall bring forth for you, and you shall eat the plants of the field. Verse 19. Nrsv. By the sweat of your face you shall eat bread until you return to the ground, for out of it you were taken. You are dust, and to dust you shall return. NIV. By the sweat of your brow you will eat your food until you return to the ground, since from it you were taken. For dust you are, and to dust you will return. KJV. In the sweat of thy face shalt thou eat bread, till thou return unto the ground. For out of it was thou taken. For dust thou art, and unto dust shalt thou return. The message. Sweating in the fields from dawn to dusk, until you return to that ground yourself, dead and buried. You started out as dirt, you will end up dirt. ESV. By the sweat of your face you shall eat bread, till you return to the ground, for out of it you were taken. For you are dust, and to dust you shall return. Verse 20. Nrsv. The man named his wife Eve because she was the mother of all who live. NIV. Adam named his wife Eve because she would become the mother of all the living. KJV. And Adam called his wife's name Eve because she was the mother of all living. The Message. The man known as Adam named his wife Eve because she was the mother of all the living. ESV. The man called his wife's name Eve because she was the mother of all living. Verse 21. Nrsv. And the Lord God made garments of skins for the man and for his wife, and clothed them. NIV. The Lord God made garments of skin for Adam and his wife, and clothed them. KJV. And to Adam also to his wife did the Lord God make coats of skins, and clothed them. The Message. God made leather clothing for Adam and his wife, and dressed them. ESV. And the Lord God made for Adam and his wife garments of skins, and clothed them. Verse 22. Nrsv. Then the Lord God said, See, the man has become like one of us, knowing good and evil, and now he might reach out his hand and take also from the tree of life, and eat and live forever. NIV. And the Lord God said, The man has now become like one of us, knowing good and evil. He must not allow to reach out his hand and take also from the tree of life, and eat and live forever. KJV. The Lord God said, Behold, the man is become as one of us, to know good and evil, and now lest he put forth his hand and take also of the tree of life, and eat and live forever. The Message. God said, The man has become like one of us, capable of knowing everything, ranging from good to evil. What if he now should reach out and take fruit from the tree of life, and eat, live forever? Never. This cannot happen. ESV. Then the Lord God said, Behold, the man has become like one of us in knowing good and evil. Now lest he reach out his hand and take also of the tree of life, and eat and live forever. Verse 23. Nrsv. Therefore the Lord God sent him forth from the Garden of Eden to till the ground from which he was taken. NIV. So the Lord God banished him from the Garden of Eden to work the ground from which he had been taken. KJV. Therefore the Lord God sent him forth from the Garden of Eden to till the ground from whence he was taken. The Message. So God expelled them from the Garden of Eden, and sent them to work the ground, the same dirt out of which they had been made. ESV. Therefore the Lord God sent him out from the Garden of Eden to work the ground from which he was taken. Verse 24. Nrsv. He drove out the man, and at the east of the Garden of Eden he placed a cherubim, and a sword flaming and turning to guard the way to the tree of life. NIV. After he drove the man out, he placed on the east side of the Garden of Eden cherubim and a flaming sword flashing back and forth to guard the way to the tree of life. KJV. So he drove out the man, and he placed at the east of the Garden of Eden cherubims and a flaming sword, which turned every way to keep the way of the tree of life. The Message. He threw them out of the garden, and stationed angel cherubim and a revolving sword of fire east of it, guarding the paths to the tree of life. ESV. He drove out the man, and at the east of the Garden of Eden he placed a cherubim and a flaming sword that turned every way to guard the way to the tree of life.